publisher journey video of the day. Today was an interesting day that did some work remotely and learned a lesson. Basically, I want to go for all topics from A to Z. I have a goal to publish 1,000+ books on all topics from A to Z from my publishing brand, HowExpert. But, I'm open to being flexible and pivoting if needed, And today, while I was working, I was taking a look at my top sellers. Sometimes when you're working on your craft and your business, you could be so zoomed in and just doing that you forget to just take a step back, zoom out, and analyze what's going on, including myself and for my business. I was so gung-ho about let's just publish all the books out there, all topics A to Z, all categories, and I probably will. But I just took a minute to really analyze my results today, looking back. And I realized, what? Like we all know, there's an 80-20 rule. 20% of anything gets 80% of the results. In all industries, everything, whether it's for a company, 20% of the salesmen produce 80% of the results. similarly, 20% of the books in the publishing world produce 80% of the results. And I'll be honest with you, I'm so focused on just doing. I don't take enough time to just stop, zoom out, and analyze my 20% that's working. Because I'm just like, do. After the book is finished, one book is finished, I'm moving on to the next. I don't have time to analyze all day, all night long. So that got me. But today, for some odd reason, I just took a step back and analyzed the results of my books. I was looking at my top sellers, not just for this month, but for this entire year. And it's a great time to really analyze, stop and reflect and analyze, especially in December, because December is when you get the biggest results, And this month, I've had some books that didn't really sell well this year sell quite a lot of copies. They became my top sellers. Now, hopefully they're not seasonal. Hopefully they sell for the long run. But when during December, you get to see the most amount of data. What's selling, what's not, and then you take a step back, see the entire year. And that's what I did. I analyzed my results for the year. As well as looking at Amazon ad stats, maybe making a little bit of tweaks here and there. And that got me really thinking, like, man, you know what? Moving forward, I've got to optimize. I've got to be more efficient. And this is advice for all publishers and authors out there. Follow the 80-20 rule to really optimize, maximize, and be more efficient. See what types of books are selling, what types of topics, categories are selling. Look for clues and patterns and whatnot, on your top sellers. And instead of just going wide all the time, be willing to go deep in what's working. Use the 80-20 rule to maximize. And it really got me thinking today to, moving forward, I do have a hungry desire to just go out there and publish all types of books on all topics from A to Z, and hopefully I can for the long run. And I really want to. I will. But it takes the same amount of time to create a book that sells versus creating a book that doesn't sell, right? It takes the same amount of time to create a book that sells versus creating a book that doesn't sell as a publisher for me, as a publisher behind the scenes. I kind of calculated how long it takes to create a book from start to finish, from idea to outline to content creation to formatting to design, from research to publishing to advertising to marketing, everything. I mean, it may sound like a lot, but for me, it's taking about more or less around 10 hours to create a book from start to finish, and that includes every aspect of the book, from the idea to the creation phase to the publishing to the advertising, social media, everything. I think it takes about 10 hours of my own time, you know. So I realized, you know what, after just really counting like how long it takes for me to create one book, I just came to the realization, like, man, moving forward, I gotta be more efficient. I gotta use the 80-20 rule more. Like, I have a goal, a vision to go for all topics, all categories, A to Z. Might as well go into these books that are selling well and do more complementary books about it. Because maybe I can go into one niche, one category, but one book alone is not enough. There's subcategories under each of those categories. Okay? There's subcategories under each of those main categories. So my idea is, I took a look at my top sellers for the year, and I'm looking for categories that are selling well. And after I look at the categories I'm selling well, my goal moving forward is to go into all the main essential topics for each of those hot selling, top selling categories and do a book on it and do my best to dominate those niches. And after I dominate those niches and do as many books as I can in that one category that's selling, that's working, that's been proven by data, then move on to the next category. As opposed to just going to all types of categories, A to Z, randomly. I've already been doing that. Some call it the shotgun approach. I've been doing that shotgun approach, but I feel like the shotgun approach is important, and it's not important. It's not that it's not important. The shotgun approach is actually very important and essential and necessary. In the beginning phase one, you shotgun approach everything. And then phase two, which I have been lacking, admittedly, is find out what works. Find out after you shoot everywhere. You know, it's like gold mining. I'm watching this show called Gold Mining or Gold Rush. It's a fantastic show. Some places they mine, they have no gold. Some places they do. And whatever works, they go deep into it even more. Similar to publishing. Right now, I'm going for all topics A to Z. Now I have the data. What niches work? What topics are selling well? Whether it's organically or with advertising. So moving forward, my plan is to do more books on categories and topics and niches that have been proven to be my best sellers, and go into it and dominate it as much as I can with more and more quality books. Whether it's the same topic or a complementary topic, do it all. Under each of these categories, there's so many essential topics, so many subcategories I can go into. And because I was so shotgun approach A to Z only, phase one, I didn't go deep into them. So the epiphany I'm having right now, which I've already known for years, but I haven't really applied as much as I wanted to, was because of my desire to go into all and do everything. And as they say, if you try to reach out to everyone, you don't reach anyone, right? So I'm still an A to Z publisher. I will publish all categories A to Z. I will. And I've already done a lot. But moving forward, I feel like 2025 and forward, from now in 2025 and moving forward, I think I need to be more optimized. I want to focus on my bestsellers and do more books on it. And once I've maximized that, once I've done 10 to 20 books maybe on those categories that have been proven to sell, I'm moving on to the next second best category and do 10 plus books or whatnot. And then move on to the next top sellers. Because the 80-20 rule is real. You know? Why waste my time on a book topic that's not selling compared to a book topic that's already been proven to sell? Right? Now, hear me out. I'm always open to pivoting and making adjustments in my goals as well. Because some days I say I'm going to do this, and the next day I wake up and I make a little pivot. Okay? That's just the way I am. But realistically, looking at the results, I'm realizing, wow, you know what? Moving forward, I got to be a little bit more optimized. You know, I'm still going to do topics that are, kind of random, because I do want to test out some new niches. The benefits of going to some topics that I've never done in the past, I might not have data, is that I'm opening new gold mines. I'm testing out new markets. That's one good thing. If I just rely on the data only from the past, I'm not going to find new blue oceans. So my thing is this. I want to be a little bit more optimized moving forward. But that's not the only thing I'm going to do. I want to have a little bit more of a balance of doing all types of topics. I will be more efficient, more strategic, efficient, optimized moving forward to focus on my best sellers. But I'll be honest with you. I also want to do some topics that are kind of like something I want to do. Maybe it's a meaningful topic. I'll still do it because I don't want to just be like a machine, just following a formula to a T only, because there are benefits to sometimes breaking the rules and going with your intuition, maybe going with something that's outside the box. There is something, sometimes I've found incredible niches that sell well doing that way as well. But moving forward, the way I want to do it is I want to go into some topics that are a little bit more, going to it more strategically, focusing on the 80-20 rule to focus on my bestseller categories and do those. On top of that, I'll do a little bit of topics on, A to Z, all types of categories, all types of unique topics as well, here and there as well. But I got to preach to myself, man. Moving forward, man, I got to focus, optimize. I already published hundreds of books. Okay, I've done tons of Amazon ads. I already have the data. I know what works. The numbers are there. So why am I not focusing on it deep? It's because my desire to just do everything. But I'm preaching to myself, like, I gotta take a step back and just doing. Take a step back, zoom out, and just analyze what's working, and then optimize and go all in on the things that are working moving forward. So that's something I'm just learning. If I would have done this earlier, I'm telling you, if I would have just used this strategy more consistently, I think I would have probably doubled my sales already. But you live and you learn. That's what happens. So I'm optimistic moving forward. And today I did some market research for some of my top categories that are selling well. And it's amazing. There's like 100, I almost generated like list of 100 plus topics I could go into. Even in one category, there's no limits. Okay, so I'm excited to go into the niches that are doing well for me and just do the best I can to create quality 5-star books and do my best to dominate those niches. And once I do that, I'll move on to the next best-selling categories and go from there. So that's pretty much it. Publisher journey for HowExpert. Thanks for watching the video. Click the link below the video to check out my resources. Thank you. Talk soon. Take care. Bye.